5 things men do when they don't actually like you. Number 1, they keep you confused. You're always guessing. You're always waiting, always trying to figure out where you stand with them. Number 2, they're busy all the time, but never too busy for the things they actually want to do. Number 3, they don't ask much about you, your day, your life, your feelings, about your family, nothing. They're just not that curious. Number 4, they get irritated with you fast. Everything feels just like too much for them. You're too much for them. And 5, they give you just enough attention to keep you hanging on, but not enough to make you feel secure and wanted. A man who likes you should not feel like a puzzle you have to solve.
The very best relationship advice I can give you about choosing a partner to do life with is to choose life with yourself first. Do whatever you need to be doing in your day-to-day life right now so that you really like yourself and that you are proud of yourself as a person. You're proud of your character. You're proud of how you take care of yourself, how you talk to yourself, the way that you spend your time. Because when you get the inside right, that relationship with yourself in terms of how you feel about yourself, you're going to be attracted to people with true character, someone who is worth going the distance with. Close your eyes and ask yourself this. Is this person who I would want to be alone with every day, day in and day out when I'm 60? Focus on how they make you feel. Your life partner is the single most important decision you will ever make. Do not rush this decision.
A lot of these modern women aren't understanding fully that men can get tired too. And in fact, men continue, mentally I should say, and emotionally, they're exhausted. They get tired of everything that's going on. And they continue to try to tell you, hey, this is what I'm feeling. Can we come to some sort of resolution? But for a lot of these modern women, because they're not as emotionally stable as they say they are, they'll continue to put everything on the man, talking about, well, you're a man, fix it, handle it. But that's not really the way it's supposed to go. If you want to be a partner, then go ahead and be a partner and help him out with his issues the same way that he helps you out, and the same way that you expect him to help you out with yours.
All right, ladies, public service announcement. Big Daddy about to give y'all the game because y'all really starting to piss me off. I've already gave y'all clear instructions on where to find a man and how to sustain a relationship with a man. So please explain to me why y'all keep hosting these singles events. There's not going to be any men in there. And I'm going to tell you why. We've watched enough social media to truly understand what it is that you women truly desire. You're not going to find no smooth, attractive brothers at no dating events. You're not going to find no pookies or no bad boys at those singles events either. The men that need to go to those events are not going to go. And that's all the brothers in the friend zone that y'all refuse to give some banana pudding to. Every single beautiful woman got a bunch of brothers in the friend zone freezing the right now. They willing to pay for it and y'all not willing to give it. So why do I keep hosting these events? Let me say this very, very slowly. Smooth and attractive brothers, bad boys, and pookies have a roster of women. When you do find any one of those brothers on dating apps or as well as singles events, they already got a wife, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a partridge in a pear tree, and 2 dogs. They already got somebody. They just up there collecting bodies at this point. They just want some new banana pudding. They're here to waste your time. When brothers are attractive, they got women that want them. Even on social media, women will DM you. Women will give you the little eyeball emoji. Trust me, I know. So stop hosting these events. You're going to constantly waste people's time because none of those brothers are going to be in there. Thanks for joining my TED Talk. But leave your comment in the comment section. But y'all grown, they're going to do what y'all want to do.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. A lot of men are moving differently. A lot of men are moving silently. You can call it checking out. Really, honestly and truly, when you think about it, men don't really actually check out of society. They're not actually checking out of society. They're because they still live in society. They still work in society. They still have family that's in society. They still have friends that are in society. Whether it's a girlfriend or a guy friend, they still have those people that they go and talk to, they engage with. Brothers are going for hikes, walking in the woods, camping, hunting, going and playing basketball, getting involved in a plethora of different hobbies. What they're actually checking out of is the society that you created, the society that you want him to live in. And he's essentially saying, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to sign up for that. I've already seen my brother or my homeboy or my dad or whoever, even myself. I've kind of tried to opt into your world to understand how you run things. But then when I ask you to come into my world, all of a sudden it's a problem. If we can't get on the same page in that regard, then why do I need to keep on trying?
And stop getting ran through by all these and expected to settle down with your have a baby with your stupid bro. Keep getting ran through. Keep getting ran through.
You know, here's what a lot of men are realizing. You're not really dating her alone, right? These modern women, and I don't mind it so much as you keep it respectful, but their group chat acts as a board of approval. Like they act as if, oh, you're not just dating me, you're dating my friends. And I have 2 best friends. I have my sister and whoever else is in the group chat. People that you've never even met, people that you don't even know. They have their own trauma. They have their own issues. A man might send a good morning text at 9 a.m. She'll go over here, screenshot it, send it to the thread, and by noon, they sitting up here talking about, well, I got an opinion on it, this, and all this other not, and it don't have nothing to do with what happened. Oh, well, my man, if I had a man, you don't have a man, exactly, but he would have sent it at 8:30. My man would have sent it at 4. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on that should not be going on. You're getting opinions from people that don't even know how to be in a relationship. They don't, let alone a successful one, let alone even seen one, that's been successful, let alone even. Let's move.
If I'm getting pulled over on the side of the road, right, and he doesn't know how,
I can call somebody. I'm paying for it. Don't worry about my bread. I'm not getting my clothes dirty. I'm gonna pay
but
somebody.
that's you.
That doesn't make me less of a man because I'm gonna throw my hands when a nigga try to touch you. You compare my manhood to a tire. I'm not traditional, but y'all want a man to milk the cow and
You trying to cry in New England or New Orleans? What you doing? You trying to cry in Nissan or Rari?
What the is wrong with you? I'd rather be a than take a trying to have you ask this girl.
You don't lose a good man in one mistake. Mm-hmm. You lose him in patterns, in the small disrespect, in the constant criticism, in the effort that slowly fades. A good man doesn't just wake up and stop caring, but over time he realizes something, that the peace he's looking for is no longer in that relationship.
When you break up with your girl after 3 weeks not speaking to you, break up with your girl, she's at the gym already with a whole other man. Are angry, are miserable.
People always seem surprised when the girl moves on quick. It's because fellas never knew. You just never knew. Stay walking the streets like big brother.
You know, I think one of the wildest things that modern women do is they're asking men for their W-2s by like the third date, man. Oh, you know, we have to have financial compatibility. I think there needs to be transparency. You know, you're sending a man a Google form asking about his bonus structure, what his 401k look like, you know, and all that stuff. And I get it. I understand it. But you know, you've got $47,000 in credit card debt, but you're asking how much he makes. And I guess that's why you're doing it, right? You wanted somebody that can pay your stuff off. You want somebody to pay the bills, right? What I mean to say is a lot of these modern women out here, you want to make him throw his stuff out. Oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. But then you want to go and hide your mess. You want to look at him and say, man, you got a lot of stuff going on and you don't qualify for me. But then if a man would start digging a little bit more, he might say, oh, you know, we're about in the same boat. And if he might start digging a little bit more in some of these situations, he might say, I'm pretty bad, but when we look at you and what you got going on, you might be a little bit worse than I am.
Pick a woman that wants to have sex with you. Stop begging a woman to have sex with you. Stop. Why do you have to beg a woman? You don't have to beg a woman to have sex with you. When you are a king and you're ready to settle down and you're ready to find your queen and you're ready, pick a woman that wants to have sex with you, that wants to impress you, that wants you in her, that wants you inside her. When a woman wants you inside her, when a woman is yearning for you, when a woman wants you close, when a woman wants to connect with you flesh to flesh, that is the true way. That is the true signal, you know, that she really, really loves you.
If she has daughters, they're gonna end up exactly like her. Trust, fucking ran through, and just for the streets, trust, bad decisions after fucking bad decisions. Stay woke in the streets, big brr.
You know, modern women continue to keep themselves single. Well, you know, it's themselves keeping themselves, it's them keeping themselves single. But then once again, so many times we see modern women lose a good relationship over a toxic best friend. And it's really hard sometimes for these modern women to tell whether this is good advice or not, because genuinely, and a lot of times these modern, their friends have given them good advice in other things, right? So, hey, you know, go out here and take a chance going over here and traveling the world. You might have a good business experience. And they actually go and they actually do have a good time, business and pleasure, right? I go over there and I see the sights and I learn a different culture and I actually spend a couple years over there, right? Great experience. I learned how to do business in a different country or different language, different city, whatever it might be. And I grew from it. So that was genuinely good advice. But then when you go over here and you talk to them about dating, they having trouble themselves, or they haven't really been successful at it. And even sometimes some of these ladies are married and they still be giving terrible advice. They don't really give the detailed advice that their friends actually need. They give the just roundabout way advice to where you're like, what is this going to do? How is this going to help me? And so they actually disqualify men based on how they feel versus what's actually true a lot of times.
One of the biggest red flags when you're dating like an older man is if he's still single at 29, 30 plus, that is a red flag. Like there is something wrong.
He's just like not ready. And it's like, why have you not been ready? Because you're pushing 30 and like,
it's either you're not ready and don't want to settle down, or there's something bad going on. Something weird's happening with you.
Yeah.
And that's a red flag to girls trying to date you.
But some people think it's like not a red flag because they're like, oh, like he's mature and he's like ready, which could be true.
No, I'm like, a girl would have swooped you up at this point.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
Can we all talk about Father Mike Schmitz?
I showed him to a girlfriend who's not Catholic and she's like, when's mass?
What about the man needing? That's just a cultural narrative that basically says men are like animals and they have to be able to do this thing, otherwise they're going to go crazy. And the reality is there's whole vocations that are celibate, and these are virile men's men. Some of the most masculine of men I know are priests. We need food, we need air to breathe, we don't need
it's a gift
of coming together, and it's designed to bring life into the world.
I think the sexiest thing about a guy is like their self-control, and my husband has amazing self-control.
So after baby number 4, when we started practicing NFP, it was like we couldn't do it sometimes when we wanted to, and that kind of made things a little steamier, like not gonna lie. It's hard on him too, don't get me wrong. People will say, well, oh, do you just do other things for your husband?
And you know, a lot of men, a major reason that they check out is that these modern women have like a situationship alumni, like a alumni network where a lot of these ladies are staying connected loosely. They're staying connected loosely to an ex boyfriend, partner, situationship, right? As a backup plan, while they're publicly out here dating new men. And these men are saying, are you intentional about dating? Oh yeah, I've cleaned up everything. I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not, right? But that's not actually the case, right? You still have your situationship from 3 years ago, in 2023, on close friends, on your Instagram somewhere, liking his gym pics. When, you know, he posted at 11 o'clock, swearing up and down. Oh yeah, I'm just supporting him. Oh, you don't need to worry about that, right? You're still emotionally involved with your ex. You're still emotionally involved, or at least sending your energy to the, well, you know, I can still be friends with my exes. I'm not toxic. Great. I hear you. But if it were reversed, you would ask me to cut these ladies off. And this is what a lot of men are realizing. You're not actually available to me. I get about 20% of you, and it doesn't matter if I'm in a relationship with you, if I'm exclusive, or we're just trying to date and get to know each other. That's about the highest that I'm going to get from you, is 20 to 30%. You want me to go full scale, balls to the wall for 30% max? No.
To all the act like y'all so confused in the comment section, yo ho running laps around you, fast as she can. She got a for everything you go through. That really make me sick acting stupid. What else you think she finna do with that tablet? Talk to her other dummies? Some of y'all be deserving this that be happening to y'all because y'all be too stupid. Y'all be too stupid. And for the that keep playing these dirty games, when that catch up with you and he swanton bomb yo, oh well. Don't call nobody, deal with it.
You said men signed up to take estrogen and they all quit within 3 days because they felt crazy from all the input from the environment.
Because of testosterone in a committed state of mind, once a man commits, it screens out everything considered irrelevant. This is single focus. This is what testosterone does to the brain, creates a committed state of mind. If you think about a hunter, there's a deer. Deer. He doesn't go, is there a better deer behind it? So if you want to hide food from men, you just put it in like the second or third row. They're just going to look at what's in the front row. This is what's in the refrigerator. Everything that's in the front row. Single focus. And it drives us. We'll roll our eyes and tisk and mumble and he's just focused, getting it done. He doesn't even hear it. But we think he did hear it and he's ignoring me. Yes. Which then because he disrespects me. Yes. And now we're really pissed. This is why we have to roll it all back. What if we're just different?
You know, I think another thing that men are realizing is that modern women really they're not actually real. I mean, I know we have catfishing, and a lot of times that refers to the physical appearance of somebody, but you also have to look at the personality of who they are, right? A lot of these modern women put out an aesthetic. Well, I do this, or I'm this, I'm that way, and they say what they do even on their profile. But then you actually get in real life and you see that they're a little bit different person. Sometimes it's not like, oh, they're toxic, yada, yada, yada. It's just that you're not really the person that you said that you were, or, you kind of led somebody to believe in your dating profile, right? And sometimes it can become maintenance for the dude. Modern women want you, so they'll say a certain thing because that's what they want to do, which is fine. But sometimes you're just not there. You got to work to get there. But you as a man, she says she's on board with you, but you're actually coming into her plan. You're actually doing the things, living the life and all that stuff, talking and speaking and dressing how she wants you to dress. So whenever she's saying all that online, you're gonna have to get in line with that and maintain that. If we need a car, if we need to go get a certain type of coffee every day. Oh, I don't like Starbucks. Starbucks is so last year. Let's go to Pete's Coffee or Dutch Bros or something like that. Oh, we don't shop at Walmart. We only go to Target. You know, that type of stuff. So she can tell her friends, this is the lifestyle that I live. But that's not really you. This is another element that men have to deal with. You might be cute, but the way that you handle yourself is fake.
The majority of guys seem to just like have given up.
I also think too, there's a little bit of a desperate energy coming from
that's
people.
what happens when it's like that's what I'm saying. It's a snowball effect. Like you have a positive relationship, a girl likes you back, you suck at first, you get better at it, like confidence improves, like all of a sudden her friend wants to bang you, confidence improves, like things happen, right? Like, you know, you go down the road and eventually like you develop more confidence through your experience and this and that. But like if your alternative is like, oh, this girl shot me down, I'm gonna go smoke weed, jerk off, and play video games, and that becomes your default setting, then like where the fuck are you in a year if you do that for 1 year? Now you're a year out of the game, like you're less confident, you're in worse shape, your probably ADD is firing through the roof, your dopamine receptors are saturated. It's like, where are you at, right? And it's like it gets progressively worse and worse. Like at what point do these guys just give up? Because like after 2 years, what's 2 years and one more day of not having sex, right? Like it gets to a point where, and so yeah, you just have a whole bunch of the society that's basically withdrawn.
I guess. How much she costs? We already said allowance $50K a month.
Literally, she's not joking.
What do you mean literally? She's not joking. That's my price, huh? 50K.
I genuinely feel bad for this man. You know, there are men out here dealing with it. You know, rich, poor, in between. There are men out here who are with women who will never respect them. All they care about is the paycheck. All they care about is the status of being with that person. You know, he messed up. He messed up big time. You know, it's finding a woman who has Jesus Christ in her heart, and you'll be able to tell very quickly if she does or doesn't. And I'm telling you, I know there's men out here that will argue with it, but I can tell you that a woman of God is going to respect you. She's going to care about you. She's not going to care about the money, man. You know, money is a part of life for sure. It's nice to have money. And of course it is. It's a good thing for a man to have money, but I can tell you that when she is using you for your money, that's a completely different situation, man. You know, providing for your family and doing what you need to do to, you know, make sure that they have a good life is so important. But do not stay with women who do not care about you. Find a Proverbs woman, a woman who puts God first and you second. Who cares about your feelings, who cares about what you got going on in your life, who cares about your businesses in a good way, not a bad way, who wants you to succeed, man. You, not the business, you.
Men separate responsibility from who they are, but women make responsibility their identity. I'm going to give you an example. When a woman says something like, I wouldn't have to be masculine if the man had just stepped up. Men get confused because men aren't offended by work. They are confused by the framing. Because when men do traditionally feminine things, they don't become feminine. And if a man did start saying he is in his feminine energy because of doing feminine things, he wouldn't expect acceptance because he wouldn't get it. He wouldn't expect attraction, and he wouldn't expect his relationship to survive. He would be told to fix it. So when men hear things like, I had to be masculine, what the man is really hearing is responsibility changed me. And to him, that doesn't make sense. Because when men take on responsibility, things like cooking, cleaning, providing care, nurturing, holding things together, combing his daughter's hair, they don't rename themselves. They don't become somebody else. They're just handling what needs to be handled, like a grown-up. This is not about effort. It's not about provision. It's about identity. And once identity and who you are starts changing because of pressure.
So here's what I've decided. And here's what I think all women should do who are single and like this age. When going out on a first date with a man, coffee, forget the drinks. Here's what we do, ladies. Trader Joe's. Tell our men, you want to meet? You're going to meet at Trader Joe's. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to meet there because number one, fully populated, safe. Okay? Number two, I want to see how you shop. I want to know what you're eating. I want to know how you snack. I want to know if your snacks are cauliflower or if it's chips and cookies and cake. I want to know if we vibe with our food choices. I want to know how you shop. I want to know how nice you are to the cashier. I want to see it in real time. This is what we're doing, ladies. Forget the dinners and the coffees and those meetups where it's kind of like a job interview and we're all on our best behavior. I want to see how you are in a crowded grocery store when the little old lady is, taking up the whole aisle and you have to wait your turn or say, excuse me, I want to see what you do, sir. I want to see what you do. That's my flex. I'm going with it.
And I'm going to silently observe what this trip looks like on her social media.
You know what? Exactly.
How she's carrying herself. And then men do that. We take mental notes. People are like, oh, she's out there on a boat, half naked, twerking in front of guys. Not wifey when she comes back. Now I know where to place her.
Wait, on a boat, half naked? What do you want her to wear on a boat?
Twerking also was added in there on a guy.
So there was guys
twerking on a guy is crazy though. On a guy is
like if
it was a girl's trip.
If you're getting to know me,
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said I thought it was a girl's trip.
But guys can be there.
They do be having
like
excursions.
If you go on a girl's trip to Jamaica, you're with your girls, but men live in Jamaica.
Men do live in Jamaica.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I get
doing something like that.
You could judge her if she did that raft thing and she had the Jamaican man doing the exfoliating
and rubbing
I'm judging it all.
But
I ain't never get that up on.
Usually, if men were not invited on the trip, that boat day is just girls. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And if she's half naked, so what? Who the goes to Jamaica to put on clothes?
But it's not just doing it. It's also
and we twerking for the videos. It's a girls
look
trip.
At what you post. Men look at what you post. We don't want our wifey having certain things posted on her social media. Remember the saying that's going viral, a wife is a wife before she's a wife? That's what that means.
It's not a flex if a man is living with you and he's paying all the bills. This is according to Professor Bay. Let her explain it to you.
And ain't nothing appealing about living with a man saying, oh, my man the household bills. He's gonna have to pay bills to have somewhere to stay. So in reality, he's benefiting a lot more than you are with y'all living together, because women put a lot more into a household, managing a household and making sure things in that household run smoothly. To me, the amount of labor that you have to put in living with a man, no matter how good he is not worth living with him paying those household bills.
But just like he was paying bills on his own and has to do so anyway, with you or not, don't you have to take care of your own household, whether he's there or not, as well? Unless you're with a man who never did any things on his own when he lived on his own, or cooked for himself, he never cleaned for himself. And maybe I get it. I'm thinking living together, you're lightening each other's load. No?
The real flex is him giving you some money, you living in your own space, he lives in his own space, and get out your face.
I guess that is a flex, but who's doing that nowadays? In this economy?
All that, spending the night, all that in your kitchen, all that cleaning up behind him, all that, him asking you thousands of questions, what's for dinner, all that. The amount of work is just not worth them little couple $1,000. No.
I mean, if my bills were paid and I was in charge of stuff, I don't see that as a bad thing, especially if I don't have to work. And even if I had to work, my bills are paid. I guess it all depends on the type of man he is. Maybe I'm missing something. But what do you guys think?
We're dealing with a grown man in his 30s and up. Understand this early. Women tend to fall in love with potential, but men respond to experience. That is who you are and what you bring right now. At that stage, that difference matters more than so many women think. Because he's not looking at who you could become. He's asking himself one question. What does it actually look like to deal with her tomorrow? All the time, not occasionally, not when things are good, but when she's tired, when she's upset, when things don't go her way. These men care about the now, how you speak to him, how you handle pressure, how you respond when you don't get your way, how your presence affects his peace. A grown man is not trying to imagine a future version of you. He's evaluating the reality of you. We think, if he sees my heart, if he understands my intentions, no sis. He's not measuring intention. He's measuring impact. what your presence adds or what it subtracts now. These grown men don't have the time or the patience to build you into the version of the woman they need. He's not trying to teach respect or coach emotional control or repeat himself 1,000 times until it clicks. He is looking for somebody who already understands how to show up.
I've been the one that's always in my situations like hurt the girl, you know what I mean? I don't say that like I feel bad about it. I be feeling bad because it's like I really might like a girl. I really might rock with a girl. And it's just like, I guess I'm just not in the point to fully lock in with one girl. That's why I think I said on some podcasts, I'm finna like try this little celibacy thing, dog. I'm finna like.
You celibate right now?
Yeah, like I'm really.
How long has it been?
It's been a little minute.
How long?
It's been a little minute.
A week?
You could take that as you want. It's been a little minute.
2 days. All right, it's Fashion Week in New York right now.
I'm gonna say, I ain't done nothing.
Oh, for real?
Mm-mm. But like the reason for that, I'm gonna tell you the reason for it. I seen my mom and my dad married for 32 years. We're from Missouri, so it's a small. You know, it's a small state, a small area, and like that still exists. So a lot of people that ask these questions, do men always cheat? Do women always cheat? It's people that are living in these big cities that all they see is people cheating on each other. Yeah. But like where I'm from, like a marriage and like a healthy household still existed. So my mom and my dad have been rocking for 32 years, had 7 kids. So for me, that was always the goal, is to like find a good woman, settle down, have some kids, chill out, post-career, and do my thing. So to me, that's the goal. But I feel like because I've been exposed to so much and been around so much and been, like seen so many beautiful women, been around so many beautiful women, like I feel like my vision is like blurry. Like I can't even tell if this girl is like a wifey type or if she's like, and then even if I do take her serious, I'm comparing her to these other girls because like so I feel like I gotta like detox. Like I feel like I gotta detox, and then if I take some time away and I come back, I'll be able to like see a little bit. I'll be able to see a little bit clearly what I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Because at this point, I don't even know what I want in a wife.
Are you on my side or my husband's side? He just left to take our daughter to my mom's for the evening, and I told him that I wanted some really good food. I'm hungry. I want something good. So he said, okay, just call or order in, and I'll go to Texas Roadhouse. And I was like, okay. So I'm on there, and I'm looking at what they got. It sucks because our place doesn't do like the family meal deals. But I was like, okay, I know I want this. I wanted a steak and a baked potato. And I'm like, okay. And then I get my order in and I text him and I ask him, okay, what do you want? He wanted fried pickles. So I canceled the order.
Obviously, listening to the story as is, I think we're all on his side. However, when I went into the comments, that creator explained later on to somebody else's question that she canceled the order because her husband felt like he didn't want to spend the money or couldn't spend the money on a full-on meal. And because she was getting the steak meal, he just wanted a little bit of something to supplement that he felt like, which was fried pickles on top of eating some leftovers at home. However, I bet you anything that man was actually kind of looking forward to the fried pickles, and he was probably also looking forward to you enjoying a good meal. And even though she's trying to like self-sacrifice, that's probably not what he truly wants, girl. Let him do that. Let him be there for you. Let him provide, and then just be really grateful for it.
We don't, but this is not the way.
Sophie, if the number of women doing tripled in Florida tomorrow, would that be a good or a bad thing?
I think honestly, it would be a great thing. A lot of women are trying to find different ways to make more income in a, heavily damaged economy. So I think that there should be those opportunities out there for these women to make an income.
When you say that tripling the number of creators is a good thing, that speaks to the damage of the economy.
Women still should be able to make that decision for themselves. At the end of the day, they shouldn't have to worry about it.
I'm raising a tax to disincentivize and deter it. I'm not banning it.
What does this say about America in our current economy, Carmen, if we're at a place where women feel like they have to themselves on the internet in order to survive, to make a living for themselves?
Sorry, guys, I'm siding with the on this one. I'm siding with I don't think that taxes is the solution. Why don't we just solve the problem instead of taxing people? If you want to go hard on the issue instead of trying to say, well, we're just going to tax the American people more. Like, why are we not going after the people who are doing, why are we not taxing the only thing in sight?
I hear what you guys are saying, but at the same time, we have to realize, like, she makes more money than LeBron James. That's like the whole point. That's why it's called the sin tax, because if you want to sell your body online, you want to be online, like, we're going to make that as hard as possible. Now these girls are going to start changing their minds.
I feel like that is not going to deter women. Like, these are going to themselves, whether it's on the internet or whether it's in real life.
Essentially what the government has said is, we'll be your pimp, okay? You got to give me half, but you can do it. We're going to pimp you out. Okay, that's what they're doing.
If your man is nervous about your girl's trip, he probably has a good reason. And before you roll your eyes at me, ladies, let's be honest for a second. Not all girls' trips are innocent. Sure, some of you go to relax, eat some food, go to a resort, make some memories. I understand. But a lot of them, they go to escape routine, accountability, and even reality. The minute the plane lands, the drinks start flowing and the "we outside" captions start rolling in. Boundaries blur, standards drop, and suddenly everybody is acting single for the weekend. Girls' trips don't ruin relationships. The women on them do. If your friend group celebrates chaos, attention, and male validation, that trip becomes a breeding ground for bad decisions. And the wildest part, it's not even always about cheating. It's just that I need freedom attitude. If you constantly crave to get away from your man and de-stress, maybe the issue isn't him. Maybe it's what's missing inside of you. Healthy women and relationships do not need to escape the lives to feel alive. They build peace, not permission slips. So no, your man is not crazy for being cautious. He is just seeing the reality that most people pretend doesn't exist. Girls' trips don't change women. They reveal them. Mark my words.
Calling you to say goodnight, bare minimum. Calling you pretty, bare minimum. Taking you on dates, bare minimum. Getting you flowers, bare minimum.
Not being ran through, bare minimum. Not having any children, bare minimum. Dating someone for who they are and not what they have, bare minimum. Not having your everywhere on social media, bare minimum.
And I don't think, modern women understand that, a lot of these men have watched what, a marriage is done to a man, how it completely, and we talk about divorce a lot, right? Divorce does a lot. It takes a lot from you. And so you see a lot of men deciding, hey, peace is a lot better option. It's less riskier. I see my dad paying child support, even when he's taking care of us. This whole time, I see my brother paying child support. I'm paying child support, and I only see my kid 2 weekends out of the month. I lost my house. I lost my peace messing around with this woman. When you watch that happen to your friends and your family, and especially when that happens to you, you start doing things differently. You start thinking differently. You start saying, okay, it's not about fear. It's about, okay, is this the best position for me? Is this the best possible outcome? Because like I started to say a minute ago, you have, even in marriage, modern women like to say how they lose themselves. But how many men have checked out in marriage? How many men have lost themselves in marriage because the wife don't listen? Oh, you just here to do what I want and be a good man and be a gentleman and do exactly how I tell you to do and act exactly how I want you to act. And men really have no say so. Once again, I've heard a couple of guys say it with a straight face like it's supposed to be something that makes sense. Oh yeah, you should be okay with being the last priority. Why? Pay the bills here. I should be the first priority. Well, yeah, you got to serve your wife and your kids. I get it. I understand it. But in no way, no shape or form should somebody that's doing the most work in the house be put last place. Absolutely. If it was a woman that was happening to, then people would be rioting. Modern women would be rioting Oh, you need to give her some respect, and she's doing more work than you. Be rioting because she's doing more work than you. But all of a sudden, when a man does more work, that's what he's supposed to be doing. You don't get a cookie for that. You don't get any praise or any more respect for that. You don't get any love for that. Interesting. And you say you want me to propose to you. You say how much you want the wedding to cost. You say how much you want a ring to cost. Really? Absolutely not.